How you doing, everybody? Scott Butts here. Thanks for coming and listening to me talk. I'm going to talk briefly about my new book today, Continuous Moment of View, and just how it all came to be and why I think that you could probably benefit from it or you could take something away from it. If somebody would have told me when I was 15 years old and I packed up my hockey bag and got on a Greyhound bus that I was going to go on to suffer a couple heart attacks, get involved with some alcohol and some drug problems, and then still push through and win a national championship and be blessed to be part of the training staff for the women's Olympic team in Salt Lake City. I probably would have thought that was amazing, but I probably would have been a little skeptical because there were so many things that I had to overcome first within myself. And so no matter where I was in all the years of my travel, whether it was in Alaska or whether it was down in the States, Iowa, Massachusetts, out east in the Maritime, Summerside, PEI, I always found myself in different situations, and I started to realize that when I was in these situations, the best way for me to deal with them was to sort of identify where I was. So here I am, is what I came up with, and it was okay. And it wasn't pretty all the time. It was truthful, it was honest, and it was scary. A lot of times it was really scary. I remember a lot of nights when I was working in group homes with secure treatment for kids at high risk of young offenders and that. And I myself was going through a lot of depression and I guess just life-changing times. And I would be sitting about 3 o'clock in the morning and I would be having these conversations with myself. And I found over time, the more honest I was with myself and the more I embraced it, the better I came out on the other side. So for me, it was a matter of owning all my thoughts, owning all my ideas, owning anything that happened to me in my life, owning anything that came into my life, owning anything that was brought near my life, and then interpreting it to myself into a way that helped me benefit from it. I can't always, no control whatsoever what anyone else around me is doing, what anyone does around me, but I can control how I can communicate that with myself. And I started to see some progress, and I started to see some success in my own life. And by doing that, I started realizing that despite what I'd been through, I was worth something. I was worth something mentally and physically and emotionally, and I was worth more than just what I'd been told I was going to do. So once I started to have some success, and then once I started to actually see that success by following through with it, I started thinking I was worth more, knowing I was worth more. And that's when I started putting myself time and time again in more positions to be successful. So I started working even harder. I started looking for different goals. I started looking for different things to do. I started looking and searching out different avenues that would challenge me over and over again, despite how scared I was, despite how much lack of knowledge I knew. And the turnout was wonderful. It was absolutely amazing. And I've stayed committed to that throughout my entire journey now. And we're going on about 20 years of me working through this process, and it's still an ongoing process. It changes every day, and I'm somewhere new every day. Now I'm happily married with 2 beautiful little girls. Just moved a 104-year-old home. I get really excited about life. I can't even. When you've seen the hell that I've seen, when you've been in places that I've been, and you've come through them stronger, and you've come through them more powerful and more confident than you were before, you can't help but develop an attitude about your life. Now, people haven't always been drawn to this. People haven't always liked what sort of my attitude or my just very intense nature is when it comes to success. But I'll tell you this, a lot of people do. And a lot of people stand behind me, and a lot of people respect what I do and how I do my job, whether it's as a father or a husband, or it was a hockey player, or whether it was a police officer. A lot of people were willing to go to war with me and go to fights with me. And that says a lot. And I think a lot of people will enjoy this book. Believe in yourself. Believe in what you're capable of. And grab a hold of it and never let it go. Don't ever let it go for a second. Henry David Thoreau said that you are here and that life exists. And the powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse. The powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse. What will your verse be? Thank you.